July. So today we are gathered here in Lamayuru on the purpose of practicing Sngon-dro. So this Sngon-dro practice is Sngon-dro means actually a preliminary practice. So it is a preliminary practice for fivefold Mahamudra. So in fivefold Mahamudra, the first of the five is actually practicing of loving kindness and bodhicitta, right? So in Buddhism point of view, bodhicitta, which is generated by loving kindness, is the essence of all the teachings. And it is also known as the speciality of Buddhism is having bodhicitta, right? So to have that bodhicitta mind, we have to practice other preliminary practices. So what we are doing here today is called the common preliminary practice, four common preliminary practices, and the four uncommon preliminary practice. So the common means the four preliminary practice which is common is precious human life, meditation on the precious human life, impermanence, sufferings of samsara, and the karmic effect, the cause and effect. So this is common in Theravada practice, Mahayana practice, and Vajrayana practice. So this is not only common, but this is also essential for all the practitioners of Buddhism, right? So after that, four non-common preliminary practices are, the first is taking refuge in Buddha Dharma, and then the second is Vajrasattva practice, the practice of confession, and then the third practice is called Mandala practice, and then the fourth is Guru Yoga. So the practice that I'm leading here today is we have done the four common preliminary practices, and then out of four uncommon preliminary practice we have done here the taking refuge practice. So according to our gurus and masters and Buddhas, if you are Buddhism, you must have refuge. You must take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So in this gathering here, we have actually practiced taking refuge practice, in which we have chanting of refuge and also a prostration. So the prostration has actually, most of the practices that are essential in Mahayana and Vajrayana, there are like outer reasons, inner reasons, and the secret reasons behind every practice, right? So taking refuge, we do prostrations and then we recite name of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So the outer benefit or the outer reason why we do prostration is, it is believed that when you do prostrations, it purifies your negative karma that has been created through your body and physical experience, such as killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. So that is the outer experience, outer practice, which is to purify your physical negative deeds. And in the inner reason, inner practices, you gain a lot of devotion and connections towards Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And then the secret experience, secret benefits or secret practices that we have in Vajrayana practice, our body is not referred as a body of bones and blood and all these scientific structures, but it is referred to chakras and veins and the air flows, right? So according to that understanding, we have different chakras on our, we have crown chakra, we have throat chakra, we have many different chakras. So when you do prostrations, it actually purifies, it actually cleanses your chakras so that you can do the next practice of confession. So these are like inner, outer, and secret experiences and benefits of doing procession. So actually this is quite a new, and I think in our lineage, in Drikung Kagyu lineage, we didn't had this much of gathering in the public doing such and this kind of practices. And I personally think in this degeneration time, it is very essential to spread the not just outer teachings but also inner practices and the secret practices towards the local community and the local followers, because we think that in this time of degenerations, like everything is going downwards. We are facing a lot of crises around the world. We are facing a lot of climate crisis. And then I personally think that as a practitioner, we don't have much time left on earth, so maybe in coming 200, 300 years, we are going to see a lot of disasters, disasters that could end the humankind. And then there are trillionaires, billionaires who are planning to settle down in other universe, Mars, and so on. But as a Buddhist practitioner, I think this is a high time that we practice Buddha Dharma, and maybe in coming 1 or 2 generations, the earth will be no longer be available there to make our home. So by that time, we could go to so-called heaven, or in Buddha Dharma we call it Sukhawati, Devachan, and so forth. So that's why I think this time is very essential to start a practice. Or maybe I could say, maybe this is the last few generations that can survive on the earth, and last few generations that can do practice on this earth. In Buddhism theory, it is said that the best opportunity amongst the 6 realms to do practice is human life and this earth. And then since the earthlings are so much depending on fossil fuels and all this crisis, I think the best opportunity will be no longer there for the humankind. So it is really sad, but also it is an opportunity to practice more. So that is actually basically what we are doing here, and I'm trying to promote the ancient practice of Buddhism towards the local community and the local follower.
ये जो मेडिटेशन प्रैक्टिस यहाँ पे स्टार्ट हुआ था, जो हमारे रिग्यल रिम्पोचे के हेड से यहाँ पे हमने 30 दिसंबर से यहाँ पे मतलब ये प्रोग्राम शुरू हुआ. 30 दिसंबर से लेके जनवरी 7 तक आज यहाँ पे एंड हुआ है. इसमें जो पार्टिसिपेंट, इसमें हमने 2 ग्रुप में बटा गया है. इसमें जो फर्स्ट ग्रुप में यहाँ पे जो मेडिटेशन करने के लिए 140 से यहाँ पे मतलब यहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेट हुआ. फिर सेकेंड राउंड में यहाँ पे 160 के करीब यहाँ पे मतलब ये मेडिटेशन करने के लिए यहाँ पे इतने एकत्रित हुए हैं. तो फिर ये ऑर्गेनाइज जो हमारे ये एसोसिएशन का नाम निमागुम्पा महायाना एसोसिएशन के यहाँ पे मतलब हमने यहाँ पे स्टार्ट किए हैं. तो यहाँ पे जितने भी हमने ऑर्गेनाइज किया है उसमें जितने भी मतलब काम जो लमायुरू के जितने गांव वाले ने यहाँ पे मतलब इस तरह स्टार्ट किया है. यहाँ पे जो लोग यहाँ पे हमने जितने भी यहाँ पे मतलब मेडिटेशन करने के लिए आया है, इसके लिए हमने रहने के लिए, फिर यहाँ पे खाने सब कुछ यहाँ पे हमने अरेंज किया है. इसमें जितने भी मतलब लोग ने स्टार्ट किया, यहाँ पे ज़्यादातर यहाँ के गांव के लोग ने यहाँ पे मतलब इसका काम करके रखा है.
तो ये आप पहली बार कर रहे हैं?
हाँ
लामायुरू
जी, ये हम ये पे पहली बार यहाँ पे लामायुरू पे यहाँ मेडिटेशन के वो किया है. ये रिम्पोचे रंगडुल नीमा के कहने पर इस तरह मतलब यहाँ पे स्टार्ट किया है। यह हमारा पहली बार ही है।
जी आगे के सालों में क्या आप इसको जारी रखेंगे यहाँ?
हाँ, अभी हमारे ये रिग्याल रिम्पोचे के कहने पर हमने इसको मतलब नेक्स्ट ईयर से फिर दोबारा हमने जारी रखने के लिए हमें कोशिश करता हूँ। जो ये एसोसिएशन के द्वारा हमने इसको जारी रखने की कोशिश करता हूँ।
तो लद्दाख के हर एक पार्ट से लोग यहाँ आ सकते हैं?
हाँ, इसमें ज़्यादातर अभी जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट किया है इसमें ज़्यादातर हम ये शाम एरिया के लोग ज़्यादातर आए हैं। इसके अलावा दूसरे मतलब गाँवों से भी यहाँ पे बहुत सारे आए हैं। हमें इसमें कोई मतलब हर गांव से भी यहाँ आके इसमें पार्टिसिपेंट कर सकता है। इसमें हमें कोई मतलब रुकावट नहीं है।